Hello, YouTube subscribers, social media. Listen, I'm always excited about this time of the year. For those of you that know me or may not know me, I love Christmas, Thanksgiving, seasons. I love it because I get a chance to spend time with my family, but also get a chance to kind of reminisce and go down memory lane of the goodness and the greatness that God has done. Don't judge me because of this mic. It's loud in my office, so this is my way of doing this. But anyway, I thank y'all. First of all, I want to say thank you for all the newcomers that are following this page. Thank you so much for rocking out with us and being a part of this community. I pray that you have been encouraged, empowered, and equipped to be able to look at life, love, marriage, ministry, and money in a whole nother way, a whole nother level. But I want to share, as I was thinking about this particular video, I thought about three major things when I look back over my life and where I am now after seeing God's hand. And when I think of seasons, and I'm not just talking about a season of Thanksgiving and Christmas and, when seasons change, what I'm talking about is when there's shifts and seasons that happen in your life. And it doesn't matter if it's June, July, August, September, whatever month, there's always seasons that are happening in your life. But it's always great to pause, around this year to kind of give a thank you. And so when I look back and thought about my seasons and the things that God has done, and for those of you that are part of my email blog, you get more detailed information about my shifts and about my seasons. And I always believe in this. We are delivered by the word of the Lamb, the blood of the Lamb, and the words of our testimony. So I'm always sharing my testimonies of what God has done. And for a minute there, this one I'm in now, I said Jesus on the main line. I don't want to, Lord, you don't have to let me let me stop. But sometimes when you go through and you get hit like a ton of bricks, it's like, Jesus. I love sharing my testimonies, and I feel like that because I'm very open to, sharing my testimonies. Lord have mercy. I feel like he just, and I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna leave it alone because I look at my life now and I see the manifestation of his hands. Whew, come here. I see the manifestations of his hand and I see his glory and everything that we've done. But I realize this: don't ever look at someone's story look at someone else's glory without knowing their story. I know that's cliche, right? But I say that to say you have so many people that look at you. I saw a lady in the store and she was like, "Oh my God, I have this new thing that I love to do. I love pearls now. I'm in the season of that." And so she was like, "You're always, in your pearls." And I'm just like, "Baby, if you only knew my story and if you really knew that these pearls don't really cost nothing." Sure. But anyway, I realized that people really, they don't understand what you've been through. And that's some minor, but on a bigger level, people don't understand what you've been through. And so when I look back at my journey, and even in my now, I trust God in my now because of my journey. Yes, you got to trust God in your now because of your journey, because of the things you've already seen him do. He is the same God. He never changes. He's the same God that he started off in Genesis. He's the same God in Exodus. He's the same God in Leviticus. He is the same God in every area. He's the same God. But the great thing about God is that, Leviticus, now let me say something about that, because, we thank God for his blood, for Jesus' blood, but neither here nor there. I'm rambling because, Lord, I'm trying to figure out, Lord, what all do I share, because it's a lot going on over here in the Hardens family that is scaring me out of my boots. Ooh, what happens when your dream really, I always say that, but Lord, this one is scaring me when you done rested on something and learned something for over 20 plus years. And now, Lord, you want me to do something different. Okay, Jesus, we're going to trust you in it because I've seen what you've done before. I remember in 2015, the Lord had told us to move from our home. Some of you may know the story. Some of you may not. So I'm going to share anyway. We moved from our home. We didn't just move right away. The Lord had told us like 3-4 years before that it's time to move. We had been at this house for 11 years. Our babies grew up in it. They had the little thing on the side, where you draw the line and show your height. And, we watched as they got older. And I think Kiana was 2. And when we left at home, like she was almost a teenager. And so with that, we were comfortable where we were. But I heard God say move, and I started looking at other houses. For those of you that heard Bishop's sermons, I did. And Bishop didn't believe me. He was just like, that's not what God is. But this is what the Lord is telling you, and that ain't what the Lord is telling me, LaTonya. So we're going to stay right here because that ain't what God is saying. We are comfortable. We were paying $600 a month because of Obama, and he's a veteran, and we're paying $600 a month. What better way, man? Who's gonna complain? But God made it so tight. See, when God is making stuff so tight for you to where nothing's going right, it did not make sense. And then all of a sudden, we finally got tired. We surrendered. See, it's something about when you get tired and you say, okay, Lord, I surrender. I surrender my all because I don't understand. And I don't want to keep going through this right here. From my sister being sick to repo to air conditioning going out to, and then just bought an air conditioning unit. Okay, so please make that make sense. Then the hot water heater going out, and just everything in the house started going out. There 11 years, our children had their lines on the dang, like, man, my babies grew up there. Kiana had to be at least 2-3 years old, and she was almost becoming a teenager by this time. We were there a long time, and we became comfortable because this was our home we bought, and our credit was bad, and how are we gonna get another house? And I never forget, long story short, my husband he finally said, okay, I surrender. I was already surrendered. I was ready to go, but I was a stay-home mom, so it wasn't much I could do but just trust the Lord that my husband would hear God. And he did. He finally did. And he started driving into the home and believing God for this home. God opened the door because we finally became obedient. Number one, when you are disobedient, all HE double hockey sticks will break in your life. Number two, when you become obedient, you start to unlock some things in your life that will be unrecognizable. You start to unlock some faith opportunities that you step into. So we move into the next house. So now we are learning to obey God, and we're there for a couple of more years. And we are renting. We're not owning. We are renting. We thought renting is what it was. That was it. And ain't nothing wrong with renting, but baby, that's what we was, and it was comfortable, not having to fix anything in the house. Well, of course, the Lord shift. Yeah, see, when the Lord shift, it ain't that the Lord didn't change. It's just that there's some more doors that I got for you, daughter, son. I need you to walk into those doors. I need you to trust my plan. So after we have walked in disobedience, now we are walking in obedience, because the second part of this, 2019, in this home that we're in, that after $600, we're paying $1,800 a month, never missed a note, because we not trusted, but we obeyed God by moving there. And God said, I'm gonna make sure every bill is paid. But now we're at the point, okay, we feeling something in our shana, like, I want more. I don't know what the more is, but Lord, I want more. I don't know what it looks like. So I started speaking affirmations that I would never be broke another day in my life. Wealth and riches live in my house. Lord, you know the plans that you have for me, plans to prosper me and not harm me, plans to give me hope and a future. God, money chases after us to bring resources to our community, to our city, to our children, and to our church. I'm speaking this 14 days, believing God. So now something in my body is starting to shift. My mind is shifting. My heart is shifting. And now I'm looking for more. I'm expecting it. I don't know where it's coming from, but I believe maybe you're there. Where you have been obedient and you are walking in the favor, in the faith of God, and you're watching God's hand, but all of a sudden something else shift. There's another door that need to be unlocked. There's another key that's on the inside of you. What is the keys? The keys are the very gifts that's already in you. And if you unlock that gift, there's some things that you will be able to see that will manifest in your life like never before. So I started feeling my gifts, and I started feeling that was entrepreneurship. Didn't know where, so I started seeking it. I started looking for it. I wrote my first book in that house. I started doing life coaching in that house. I started building my business in that house. And as I'm building my business, oh my God, Now about 2019 is we didn't rolled over. I went back. Now I'm coming back. 2019, my husband start to shift, and I heard the Lord say downsize. What do you mean, Tonya? You heard the Lord? I feel something in my shana and say it's time to downsize, and I start to research it. And the Lord say, you know what it means. I'm gonna need you to come out now. That ain't what He said, but that's what I felt. Like, you know exactly what this means. So I knew that we were going to have to downsize. And I had a dream of an apartment in the actual apartment complex. We drove to it. I knew it was time to shift. Now the shift is coming. So now we learn number 3, to trust God. So when you go through disobedience, you learn, okay, Lord, okay, I'm going to be obedient. Then you surrender. Okay, Jesus, now I'm obedient and I'm going to surrender. But now I'm going to trust you on a different level. So we started trusting Him on a different level, moved into apartment. And when we moved into, now all of this wasn't easy, okay? Understand me, we got to write a whole book about it. It wasn't something easy to do. It wasn't something that happened overnight. It took time. And while we're in this apartment, pandemic hits. But before the apartment, the Lord told my husband, you're going to be the middleman. We're going to start a business together. And we are literally don't know what we're going to do. But then God started, because my husband said it, doors started opening, opportunities started to happen. And he went to my dad, and my dad said, ask my dad for land. My dad said, no, sir, these are my children. Land. My daughter can come and choose whatever land. My daddy has 11 acres. And he said, come choose, daughter, where you want your house to be built. And so, come here, glory. We ain't had a first dime because I told you, we were not good stewards of our money. So we started in this time of 2019. Now we get over to 2020. And now all of a sudden, we're trusting God. And we started paying off debt. And we became good stewards. And as soon as we paid off the last debt that we had, the Lord allowed me to get a job. Then the job was taken away. Just a quick blink of an eye, gone, because you don't do good on folks' job. But anyway, in the midst of that, we built a house from the ground up, trusting God, doing some things, trusting God, being talked about, being lied on, trusting God, being, oh my God, name being drug in the ground. God told me that, hey, I a certain place, and this place, these people are running your name in the ground. And I'm like, oh, no. But God said, I need you to trust me. I didn't tell you to look at the people right now, because you've been a public success for so long, but a private failure. Now I'm making you a public failure, but a private success. People think you failing. Just keep on moving. Keep on trusting me, because we were losing everything. We were losing members. We were losing, stuff in our house. We were losing. And the Lord was like, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Who am I talking to? Trust God. Even when you look crazy doing it, we had to trust Him. And in the midst of trusting Him, God allowed other doors to become open, where we started a business. And now that business, for those of you that know about the businesses, now are businesses exactly with 5 or 6 different departments that's in it, because we trusted God plan. What am I coming to tell you today, real quick, and I'm done, is that you can go through a season of disobedience, and all hockey sticks is hitting your family. Then you can go in a season of obeying Him. It's still going to be hockey sticks, but it just feel a little bit, it don't hit as hard. Then you go through the season of trusting Him. You still go through, but God is detaching you from everything that is not a sign to your next. He's detaching you from everything, every person that's not assigned to your next in that season. Does not mean that that person won't be a part of the next season. But God said, I'm going to detach you, and I'm going to grow you up, and don't got nothing to do with them, but everything to do with you, because I need to humble you in you trusting me. Because so now when you trust me, the trust has to go deeper. So now we at a season right now, 2024, baby, it's deeper. And I'm scared out of my mind. That's all I come tell you. Scared out of my mind, but I trust Him. I trust God, because if you did it before, you could do it again. Same God right now, same God back then. Because if you did it before, you can do it again. Same God right now, and same God back then, because He's able. Oh, yes, He is. He can do it. Oh, yes, he can. He's able. Oh, yes, he is. He can do it. Oh, yes, he can. So I trust him. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be like a tree that's planted by the water. I may be in, but I won't break, because I know that you know the plans that you have for me. Plans to prosper to me and not harm me. I know that all things work together for my good, because I'm called according to your purpose. So trust him, sugar. Trust him. That's all I come to tell you. Thank the Lord that where you are. But as you keep going, keep on trusting him. And don't worry about what nobody else got to say. Until next time, I'm getting ready to do some things, man. Get ready. Some things are going down. I'm going to be doing a 90-day challenge because I trust him. I've seen the evidence, and I want to take other ladies on the journey with me. Go to my website, check it out. It's probably not available right now, but get ready for it. It's coming soon. I can't wait to rock out with you. So get ready. I got a couple of things on my sleeve that I'm going to be doing. I am going to be doing the book Jump, Get Ready by Steve Harvey, one of the books that changed the mindset of my mind and why we started business. So I've done the Instincts, but I've never done Jump. Get ready for that. I might have you RSVP for that one because I want to do that one like virtually. So we'll see, or in the BAM community. So join the BAM community. You never know. I may do it in there. I can't wait. But I have other stuff that's coming up for 2025. Get ready for Black Friday. It's going to drop soon. Until then, stay blessed in all that you do. If you don't remember anything else, remember that you are a product of God's grace and mercy when you see yourself through God's eyes and not people. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.